Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video of COD. The last video I did of COD was a bit ago. When I mean a bit ago, I mean that was the first vid I made. And then I didn't upload it until now. So yeah, here we are. I have some gameplay of the giant in the background because why not? Anyway, today I said it. I would do a big COD video. Cause yes, and now here we are. Today I am going to be ranking every single Black Ops 3 map in Call of Duty. Now, I am sure that you've seen people not only rank all of the Black Ops 3 maps, but do every map. And this is probably worse than all of them, but here's the thing. Yeah, there is no saying this is by every means worse than, you know, all the videos you've seen, but I thought I just want to share my opinions about it because I'm really interested in this kind of topic. So today, I'm going to rank all of the maps in Black Ops 3, but there's a few disclaimers I want to make. Number 1, yes, Chronicles will be included, and what do you mean Chronicles will be included? That's just the same map, but there are some differences. One word. Gobblegum. I think you already know why, and also like zombie spawns and stuff like that, or you know, removed perks like PhDs and Moon in Black Ops 1, but you know, it's not in Black Ops 3. Same thing for Ascension. So yeah, there are a couple of slight differences, and yes, I have played like Moon on Black Ops 1 and stuff like that, so I do know some differences of the maps and whatnot, so don't worry, I guess. But anyway, I don't even need to play the maps to really, you know, I just need to rate them on Black Ops 3 really and tell my opinion on them. So yeah, anyways, with that being said, we're going to rank every single Black Ops 3 map in zombies, including Chronicles. Here we go. I don't think any map in BO3 is F tier, and yeah, that's about it. At least I don't think there's any map in F tier that, you know, that is in BO3. I just said that, but whatever. There are some F tier maps in COD, like altogether, but you know, that's not in BO3. And if you can look at the hint right here as what is an F tier, I'm pretty sure you can know what's an F tier, but that's not in BO3. I would love to discuss about this map of how much I hate it, but unfortunately we are going to have to skip onto D tier. So, the worst map of all time in BO3, for realsies, not the worst map, that's soft by him, but the worst map is Shinonuma. So, this is the thing with Shinonuma. It's a real tie between the next map, really, but I feel that this is a smidgen worse, and here's why. In this, alright, you're gonna see that I say that I really like simple maps, okay? But here's the problem with Shinonuma, okay? It's a simple map, but it's not a small map. I mean, yes, it is, but it's like on the barrier of small map, okay? Because I don't think it's a small map, okay? You have the fishing hut, you have the doctor's quarters, you have the comms room or the area, whatever. You have the main place, which is like that laboratory thingy, whatever the hell you want to call it. And you have the storage room, not the comms room. So that's everything, really. And this map is a very bad map. I'm not going to lie, it's a pretty bad map. I don't think it's at the bottom of the barrel, but I do think it's a pretty bad map. Number one, the fucking mod. Can we just please get that out of here? I don't like the fucking mod. What is the point? The randomized perks. Okay, so I believe for high rounds, you have to actually, like, not have a perk in one of the areas. I think it's a fishing hut or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I don't like randomized perks. It pisses me off. It's the same thing for Nuketown, it's the same thing for, oh, I don't know, the fucking Die Rise. And again, I've never played Die Rise, so I wouldn't really know for sure, but you get the point, really. So I don't like randomized perks. It just pisses me off. I don't like it. And also, I don't like the transportation system. That fucking elevator. You're telling me that I get from here to there. I think it's the doctor's quarters, and if not, that would be the storage area. I can't be sure. I'm confused with the two, but you take the elevator, go like 3 meters, 5 meters. I don't fucking know how many feet to the ground for 1,500 points. You could go across the entire map of Origins on the tank for about 500 points. And then you go to the equivalent of the fucking quick revive area to, oh, I don't know, the beginning of the railing of the stair area in Shinonuma, in the spawn room. Like, for 1,500 points, that's 3 times as much as the Origins tank could buy. Why? It's just why, okay? Like, there's no point, like, honestly. And that's pretty much everything I hate about it. The things that I like about it, well, I do like the flogger. I do think it's cool and it looks pretty badass, and it's a very original trap, unlike the electric trap or the fire trap, as, you know, fire traps were a thing back in the day. I don't know if you know, or they were a form of execution. But I don't think anyone's been hit by a spinning log with fucking spikes. I would really like to know what is related to that aside from the mace. So, like, just tell me what the hell is related to that, because it's really cool, and I love how it made a comeback in Revelation. I also like how they introduced the PBS-8, the one-off and stuff, but I don't think you should have the Mark II. There's just no point in putting in every single map. Maybe Kino, maybe, I don't know, man. Like, why would you have the Mark II in every Chronicles map? You know, unless they were actually in the map, then yes. But like Origins, for example, that is actually in the map. If you know, so like what's the point? Why would you want to have the Mark II in this map? But anyway, that's pretty much it, and it comes in as the worst map of all time in BO3. So next, D tier map. Yeah, there's another one, thankfully, but this is the last one, because, you know, like, why would you? Anyway, the next one is Zetsubo no Shima. Wow, 2 maps that take place in Asia. Guys, I am not being racist here. So, Zetsubo no Shima is a little better than Shinonuma, and when I mean a little better, I mean like a smidgen better. What are you talking about? There's a lot so more to do in Zetsubo no Shima, and that's kind of the problem, you know. I kind of wanted it to make it stop, so just like, anyway. So what are the good things? Let's acknowledge good things first. Well, I do like the concept of the KT4. Mind you, I only said the concept because I don't like the anyway. I do like this golden Unsaku. I do think it's one of the better special weapons. You know, it's better than the Funkin sword from Shadows of Evil, or the Gauntlet of Siegfried from Grod Kurogi. It's a good weapon, but still not as good as Ragnarok's, but it's whatever, man. And that is everything I like about the map. Oh yeah, the marshals, I kind of forgot about that, but anyway, now we get into the hellhole. I don't like the spiders, because A, they're annoying. B, you can't actually knife them. I think you can, but it's just incredibly difficult. They can attack you from the lower end, so it's really annoying to kill them. And they're pretty useless aside from the Easter egg, because, you know, you can actually use their venom for the KT4 or the Spider Queen or whatever for the Masamune. Yeah, that leads me to my other thing, the KT4. It's not a very good wonder weapon. I wouldn't really call it a wonder weapon if I'm going to be honest with you. So what can it do? it inflates, like, not inflates, anyway, that's, yeah, the charge shot, on the other hand, it does something. In all seriousness, so the KT4, a regular KT4, is the first, splash, or the first shot of it, just, pulling the trigger, that's it. It, just makes the zombies, like, inflate with, like, these bubbles on them, and then they, like, explode like a fucking gusher. And then a charged shot, so if you hold it and then you'll hear a boom, 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 they'll make like this acidic splash on the floor or whatever, and then if anything touches it, they'll, be inflated and whatever, except anything that touches it. So if a stasher were to go on it, I believe it's like one shot, but I tried that out and it's wrong. So, anyway, yeah, that's all it does, really. That's not the best, considering it barely has any ammo, and to think that, it's like a gun. Maybe it could have been like fully automatic or something, or maybe the splash should have been bigger or something, because you're comparing this with like wonder weapons such as the Apothecon Serpent or the lightning bow. That's just not gonna make it a very good wonder weapon. And the Thrasher, I fucking hate this thing. The Thrasher is honestly probably one of my least favorite bosses in Black Ops 3. Now, like I said, for that map, only Black Ops 3. Now, if I was talking about you already got the point. I genuinely despise this thing. The amount of tries I tried doing the Easter egg when I was first doing it, it was just because of this on how I failed. It wasn't even on like any like bullshit of that I messed a step up or something, or I didn't die from a horde of zombies, or I didn't get cornered. No, it was because of this stupidness thing. Even with Jug, you can still die one hit, I believe, because I've gone Pergaholic, and I have Jug, and I'm completely fine at full health. And this thing just one hits me, and then, yeah, there goes my game. I'm literally going to die now. We also have the Spider Queen, which I also, mentioned, and the Free Widow's Wine, and the Gas Mask. Yeah, fuck this map. I don't want to do any more of this. Let's move on.
I mean, it's alright, like...
Next is Varrock. So the thing about Varrock on C tier is that this is... next map is going to be ridiculously easy, but this is ridiculously hard. See, if you make things ridiculously easy, I'm just not going to like it. It's boring. And then ridiculously hard, it's just like, bro, like, no one's gonna play. I mean, there's a reason why the community at first hated Shangri-La, but there's a problem. It's just ridiculously hard as fuck, okay? I think it's actually more harder than BO1 in some ways. Like, for example, like, the zombies are way more aggressive on BO3. Like, you need, like, the zombies on BO3 compared to, like, World at War is just so different, okay? Yeah, you don't have Varrock sprinters or something like that, but you need to know that we have Gobblegums, which kind of fucks everything up now, because, I mean, yeah, it's a hard map, but now it just turns really easy if you have round robin, so, like, what's really the point? So, here's the thing about Varrock. So, Varrock is a hard map, and if you try doing this with classics to try and get to 255 or 100, good luck. Good luck. I honestly wish you the best of luck, because getting to 100 with classics, even with megas isn't really gonna do you much good unless you're using like stuff like power vacuum or round robin. Yes, that obviously will do you good, but like aside from those, they're not really gonna do you any good. You still have to do the same strategy, really. You have to go near speed cola and like have the best trending in the world with the Wonder Waff and stuff like that. So yeah, it gives you more ammo. Okay, well, at least you can't trade in the box anymore, really. But I mean, you can still get drops, I believe, from the Wonder Waff, so it's not that bad. But enough about the high round strategy. What else is in this map? Well, it first introduced perks and all that war, but we're in BO3 now. Well, they added the Wonder Foods. There's not really much more in this map. You got the PPSH. Really, you got the Mark II. That's something, I guess. I don't know. but I mean, it's really just the Wonderwaff that you mainly have to focus about, because the Wonderwaff does infinite damage as far as I know, but it can only kill up to 10 zombies, so it's not like, you know, the best, but it's something, I guess. Anyway, that's really Varrock. There's not much more to this map because it doesn't really have an Easter egg or anything like that. It's just Varrock. It's just a plain map, but that's something I like about the Chronicles maps. You know, they're simple and stuff, but you know, Varrock, it's the fact that it's just so damn hard. I just cannot bear to play this map, really. Like, you're not getting past like 25 on BO1. If you're talking about BO3, then that really depends if you're getting classics or megas. It really depends if you're a good player or a bad player, so it really just depends. But anyway, that's Varrock, and let's move on. Next on C tier, and last one on C tier, is Revelations. So here's the thing about Revelations. I was going to put in B tier, but there's a lot of problems. Number one, this map is really fucking easy. Like, I can't start on how easy this map is. It may not have the 4 staffs of the Ancient from Origins, or the 4 Wrath of the Ancients, or whatever from Eisendrache, but you know what it does have? 2 of the best wonder weapons in the game. Not 4 good wonder weapons, but 2 of the best, and that's all. That's not all it needs. It really, like, even like one good one, like best one weapon would still change it. They got 2 of the best one weapons: the Thunder Gun and the Apothicon Servant. How do you put those on the same map and say it's not easy? How do you say that? Tell me. This map is ridiculously easy. If you tried getting 200 on this, go ahead. Okay, some people say this is easier than Buried. That's actually a lot. Okay, you could get to like around 1 billion of Buried, like on your first try, but this, you could get to 255 if you really wanted to. If you really had the time to get to 255 on this map, you could easily get to it. I'm not joking. All it takes is a lot of time and a lot of dedication, and that's it. That's all it takes. Okay, you could get to 255 if you told someone, hey, I got to 255 in Revelations. Maybe it's not as easy as, you know, Firebase Z from Cold War, or, you know, the Noct reimagined. I always forget the name. I don't play Cold War that much, and when I mean that much, I only played it once. But I have seen it. Anyway, maybe it's not as easy as those maps, but geez, this is super easy. Comparable with Gobblegums. If you use a round robin for this map to try and get to 100, you disgust me. You absolutely disgust me. Okay? Like, who the hell uses round robin for this map? I don't even think a 5-year-old would use round robin for this map, because it's, you could get on it. You literally can get to 100 and like without round robin. Like go ahead, try no Gobblegums, you will still get to 100. It doesn't matter, this map is ridiculously easy. Anyways, other than the fact that this is just a literal piece of cake, the Easter egg is no different, at least the boss fight. It's like, it's just like Shadows of Evil boss fight. You hit the shadow, okay, so you basically charge up the summoning key, right, with souls, and then you throw it at Sophia, and then she like does this beam at the Shadow Man. You shoot him a couple times, like 1 billion times, and then finally you go, he's at the Apothecon's mouth, and then you hold on the Chronorium or whatever, and then he's done. The end. I honestly, like, just, why would you make the boss fight that easy? You prepared, some steps of the Easter egg are just easier than the boss fight itself. Like, oh, I don't know, protecting the Keeper, you know, on a Margolan. Like, it's actually just super easy. Like, are you kidding me? There's the God Helmet, like, I can't go on. Like, there are so, many things on this map that could really just give you a better advantage. Like you were talking the Thunder Gun and the Apothecon in the same map with a God Helmet, which mind you, I think you can take like 7 hits and still be alive. Wait, bro, are you invincible or not? What are the good things about this map? Well, I do like, yeah, the Apothecon can now be Pack-a-Punched, which I actually really enjoy. And I do like the nostalgia of the maps, like you have Noct or DE in the maps and stuff like that, and you know how DE's music plays when you do the Easter egg, like it's pretty nostalgic. I actually really enjoy it. And I like the helmets as well, you know, aside from the God helmet, which literally makes you invincible. You have the Viking helmet, the Crusader helmet, all those. I haven't actually ever gotten the Crusader helmet, and I don't have any of the helmets for footage aside from Al's hat, but, you know, that's... Anyway. Yeah, they're good, but, like, honestly, this map is just really easy. That's what I hate about this map. I really do, you know, I really wish it could... It like, you know, it'd be this epic fight, maybe it'd be the hardest of them all, but yeah, what can you expect from a map like Revelations? So now entering into B tier, I think the worst map on B tier is Ascension. I have a lot of mixed feelings for this map, okay? I really do, okay? And here's the thing about this map. Yes, this map is really easy, but it's really kept me from Revelations, because Revelations was really easy, except there's nothing stopping it from being super easy. This map is easy, but there is something stopping it, but not in a good way. I really wish it, this is why I don't play the fucking map. Yeah, it would have been, I actually think it would have made a good map even if it was easy. And those are the monkeys that fucking ruin it. I don't like these fucking space monkeys. Okay, listen. If the monkeys maybe I don't fucking know, they like increased the price on stuff, like maybe they locked things up. Then again, they're fucking monkeys. They're not gonna do that. They're not fucking Brutus from Mob of the Dead. Maybe if they in some way they did something like, oh, I don't know, they smeared their crap on the wall weapons, so then the characters would be way too disgusted to even buy the wall weapons, so you have to wait like 6 rounds in order for the stains to clear off. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, like, why do these things exist? Like, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, why do these exist? Why? Like, yes, I'll mind them existing, but like for the purpose that they do, they take away your perks. I mean, are you kidding me? I thought this was fucking zombies, not fucking Bloons Tower Defense, where you have to defend your fucking perks. Like, honestly, bro, like, ugh. Now it's only every round, but like, I just don't like the fucking monkeys. They can go fuck off and die. I really don't. So honestly, like, now the good thing is that like if you want your last quick revive, they're not gonna steal your quick revive, because that obviously be some complete bullshit. But you know, it's just whatever. The good thing about Ascension, you have the Thunder Gun, but you know, unfortunately, I don't have footage of it. That's unfortunate. I do have footage of the Mark II. That wasn't even in the original map, but anyway. You also have the Gersh devices, I believe, that were first introduced in this. Yet again, I don't have footage of it, but they are extremely, like, OP, so, yeah, that's, you know, one thing. You can explode the rocket, like, in the Pack-a-Punch, which I think is super cool, as I don't like the Soviet Union. Honestly, anyone, like, who supports it is just a fucking memer, like, who barely knows about it, who probably got their knowledge from it on a fucking oversimplified video, but I don't know, man. That's pretty much everything. I love the training spots. Training spots are great, and don't even get me started on that high round strategy. You have to sit under the fucking roof by the fucking mystery box near the power. Like, why would you want to do that. I don't know, just train at the spawn or train near Widow's Wine or PhD, depends what you play on, but or you could train at the Pack-a-Punch, you know, just like Furret and Walk did, but like it's just, you know, it's an easy map, but like the monkeys just funked it up, and it's at the verge of B tier now. Next is Kino der Toten. So Kino der Toten, the thing about this map is, yeah, I know it might anger a lot of people because people think it's like the best map of all time, like A tier, S tier, maybe. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that this map is as good as people think it is. At least on BO3. If you're talking about BO1, it's probably a high B tier or low A tier, but I'm gonna be honest, this is not the best, but I don't think it's actually that bad. So let's address the good things out of the way. So we have the Thunder Gun introducing it. It's the best gun in the game and changed my mind. I know the Apothicon is there, but the Thunder Gun just has a lot more ammo and it's just as good. And of course you have the Ray Gun Mark II and the Ray Gun, but you know, it's whatever. You also have the Pack-a-Punch, so you know, if you want to Pack-a-Punch, you can double pack or whatever the hell. You have these other things called Funkin Nova Crawlers. I don't like these things, but I don't think they're as bad as the spiders from Zetsubo no Shima, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't like these things, and they're even worse than Moon, and we're gonna talk about that soon. Right now we're talking about Kino. They're pretty annoying. There's a reason why you don't want them in your high round strategy, and it's just, I don't know. Like, honestly, if you tried having Widow's Wine, they're not gonna, like, be stunned by it. They're just gonna keep hitting you and keep hitting you. They're not gonna be affected by only zombies, really, which kinda sucks. The only way to prevent them is turning off the power. And if you, not turning off the power, by keeping the power off and not turning it on, which means no Pack-a-Punch, no perks, but that's really fine, because you got Gobble Guns. Now for the Pack-a-Punch part, you can use Wall Power, Crate Power, or Bullet Boost, and for the perks part, you can just use like Perkaholic or something like that. Yeah, but other than that, there's not much on this map. You know, you can link the teleporters and stuff like that. You know, the song is fine, but you know, that's about it. So that's Kino, and it comes in at B tier. It's just it's a good map, just a plain good map. There's not much interest in it. It's just a plain good map. I think you already know where this is going. So next up we have Shadows of Evil, which is the first Black Ops 3 Zombies map on the agenda. It is not the first one on B tier because I don't think it's bottom of the barrel, I guess. So what is the problem? I was gonna put this in C tier, but then after playing this again for footage, I actually really enjoy this map. There's just a couple of things, obviously, that I don't enjoy about it. So, not saying that they should have done a better job, because this was only the first map of Black Ops 3, so they didn't really have any feedback, if you will, on like what's good and what's not. So I understand, but regardless, I'm still explaining what is the bad things about this map. Easter egg really sucks. Like, honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, it really sucks. But I mean, it also kind of makes sense, because you didn't really have any like boss fights and stuff, not until Der Eisendrache, so that kind of makes sense. You didn't really have any boss fights, because just before this was Black Ops 2, we just wrapped up on Origins, so there's not that much of a difference. But then again, you can't really have this excuse. I mean, like, Origins had a great Easter egg, yet, like, well, I mean, I wouldn't really say greatest Easter egg, but it had a good Easter egg. I'm gonna say it's not, like, torturous, I guess. You know, it was an improvement, I guess, but meh. Anyway, other aspects of this, well, I like the jazz question mark. I like the theme of the map. I really like where they went with it, but the story, okay, so here's how it goes. Richtofen steals the summoning key after, you know, they trap this Shadow Man, so then, oh, okay, they're gonna be free of hell or something. He steals a summoning key, and then they get trapped there and then get killed at the end. I really wish we could go further with the story, you know, but you know, because of how the theory that Nero knew about all this weird shit, because, you know, he knew about the Chronorium or something like that, but meh. What can you do in this map? Well, A, you can, you know, make the Apothecon, which is the Apothecon Servant, which is pretty much the most OP, like, weapon in the game, no questions asked. It's pretty much a portable, well, not a portable, a gun version of the Gersh device. It just sends a black hole. Yeah, you know, not game breaking at all, and definitely not used as a strategy in Revelations high rounds. You have to actually craft it, you don't actually get it in the box.
Editor basic, you're apparently you can't get it in the box. I just forgot to mention it. After you build the Apothecon Servant, you can actually get it out of the box the second person, so pretty much the Apothecon Servants, yay, what could go wrong with that?
You can also, you know, get the sword and then upgrade it if you want. To get the sword, you gotta get these eggs after using a code in the wall. After grabbing these eggs, you can charge the souls, and then if you want to upgrade it, you have to do like these trials or something, these challenges with the Margwas. You have to repeat that, I believe, like 4 times or something like that, and then you go back to this keeper, and then it upgrades it for you and stuff like that, and has this cool abilities, and it's probably useful for the Easter egg and stuff like that. And then, you know, the boss fight for the Easter egg, or boss fight, I don't think it's a actual boss fight, are you kidding me? That's, cool. It's not. Anyway, and that's pretty much what's, on the agenda for now, you know. I do think, I don't appreciate, you know, the jingles. I know some people do, like, really like the jingles because they're a lot more on a happier tone, and, you know, they have, like, instruments and stuff like that in them, and I get it, but I'm just not that much into jazz. I hate to break it to you. So, yeah, that's why I'm in B tier. That's all, like, the pros and stuff like that. You know, the shield, the rocket shield. I really like the rocket shield. Actually, it's like an upgraded shield. You know, like you get like this rocket boost on the shield, and it's pretty good. And it actually saved me in a couple situations and such. But I don't know. There's just something about this map that really lacks fun. You know, I mean, if you really want to play this map with your friends, you know, it's good, I guess, but I would recommend some like map with like DE or Origins, something like that, because that's a very reasonable map. You know, you got the harvesting pods. Just, can we move on? Next is Moon. So Moon is a good map. I actually think it's a great map because on BO3 it's just much better. You have Gabble Gobbles, aka Gobble Gums. I have no idea why I call them Gabble Gobbles. I will never call it again. Okay, anyway, you have Gobble Gums in this, you know, map, so, you know, that's cool, you know. And what I really like about it is it's much more fun because you can see how long you last in the spawn area, because it actually gives you a lot more freedom, because you have like things like disorderly combat, and you have things like ephemeral enhancement, or, you know, you have extra credits so you can pack a punch your guns on like round 1. It's so cool, and you can see how far you last. And even I did it because I thought it was really fun, but then I died like twice because I'm stupid and I didn't actually get to the gameplay of Moon. But anyway, Moon obviously takes place on the moon despite the name, and this is actually a fine map. I actually think it's a good map. So you have these brand new wonder weapons, some wave gun bullshit, and like, so if you have dual wield, you know, it just electrifies the zombies. Both of the guns do, but then if you like combine them, it turns into this wave gun, and if you shoot it at the zombies, they turn like an 8-8 and inflate into like these fucking pillows or something, and then you do this like and then they pop just like that, and it's so satisfying. Like, honestly, obviously it's used as a strategy for the high rounds, of course. There's also the Cosmonaut, which I'm not a big fan of, but you know, I do think Listeners Plays went a little too far talking about him, if you will. And if you haven't seen the vid where he pretty much talks about him. I'm not going to show it for obvious reasons, because just of the amount of times he just trash talks it. But if you want to see it, I'll leave in the link in the description of the video. It's super funny. But anyway, that's pretty much everything. You have the hacker's device, and this thing is extremely good. It's honestly makes the high rounds guide just so much better for the whole family. So basically, you can do a lot of things with this. The excavation sites, you know, those things and how they dig into them, well, you can actually prevent them from, you know, digging the Tunnel 6 or Tunnel 11 or the Biodome, and it's great, you know, you can stop it and prevent them from doing that. And, you know, the other things you can do with it is you can turn it into a max ammo drop. So if you wanted to, you can turn pretty much any power up into a max ammo drop. So if you turn a carpenter, if you got a carpenter drop, you can turn that into a max ammo drop. If you got a double points drop, you can turn that into a max ammo drop. Hell, you can even hack your way into the fucking doors. Like, you can, okay, say for example a door's 1,000 points. If you wanted to hack it, it only costs 200 points. So you're saving a lot of money from that. Okay, it's just great for the whole family. Honestly, it's like 80% off the Funkin door. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, you can hack the stations. You can pretty much hack literally anything, really. Not literally anything, but you know, it's also used for the Easter egg and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna lie, the Easter egg is actually pretty underrated. Not underrated, pretty good for a BO1 Easter egg. But that's Moon, and yeah. Next is Shangri-La. So if you don't know what Shangri-La is, which for the people who don't know, obviously, this takes place in a jungle on Earth. No, it doesn't. It takes place on Mars. I was a Earth believer in this game, but apparently this takes place on Mars due to the Easter egg on Tag Your Toe. And I am very disappointed. I think this lives on Earth, but unfortunately I can't do anything about it as it takes place on Mars now. It's confirmed. So anyway, all jokes aside, this is a jungle map that is weird as hell. So you have shrieker zombies, napalm zombies, all these weird zombies. I have no idea. You know, it's weird because everyone says this is a bad map. I actually think this is probably one of the most underrated maps in the entire game. I actually really enjoyed this map, and for a couple of reasons. Number one, the challenge. I love the challenge, and the challenge is even better in BO1. I actually really enjoy this map on BO1 as well, probably more than BO3 honestly, because of the gobble time. The great challenge that it gives. Now it's not stupid, and yeah, I know the Shrieker's kind of stupid, so are the monkeys really. Like, I don't know, it's not stupid like fucking Rug, because it's just a simple map, but like this isn't a simple map. This has like both like not simpleness, yet it's so difficult, and that's what makes it so good. I don't know, I really like where this map went, and you know, the Easter egg is also not bad as well, you know. And you know how you can get a perkaholic when you get the focusing stone. It's actually really cool, and I love the lunar mode. It's cool as hell. Not cool as hell, but you know, it's pretty good actually, which is why I put this on B tier. You know, it's honestly like one of the best maps in the game. Honestly, it's actually just like mind blowing. You know, not one of the best, but like it's a really good map. I honestly recommend a redo on it, because honestly I don't get why people hate this map. I don't get it. Yes, this map is hard as hell, but like that, but on BO3 it's it's modified because you have goblins. Like, you can really just make the map however easy or hard you want it to be, so it's nothing to be ashamed of really. So yeah, I honestly just love this map. Honestly, it's actually a really good map. Anyway, there is one map though that is better than this, because it's not hard but not easy, and but it has a very big complexity. I think you already know what map I'm talking about. The next map is Origins. So this is a really good map. I honestly think this is a very solid map, and there's a couple of things that keep me from putting it on A, because a lot of people are going to be mad at me because I didn't put this shit on S or A. Yes, I honestly think this is a great map, but there's a problem with this map. It's not easy, but it's not hard. The only thing you have to really rely on if you're trying to get past, say, 50 is the ice stuff. That's really it you have to rely on. The fire staff isn't going to do you much good because it's just going to crash your game, and the lightning staff gives up after about 50 or 40, so it's not going to do much. And don't even get me started on the wind staff, please. 20? I thought it was going to be like until like 40, 50, maybe even like 60. No, 20. Are you kidding me, bro? This is like home of like the best wind weapons in the game, and then you're telling me the wind staff is dead by round 20. Just get the fuck out of here. Just anyway, you have these four staffs. You have the fire staff, the lightning staff, the wind staff, and the ice staff. You can upgrade all of these with the fire staff doing this like blob of magma and shit, wind staff making this like fucking tornado that engulfs everything, the ice staff that makes this really weird snow blizzard thing, this snowstorm that freezes any zombies that come near it, and the lightning staff making this big ball of lightning that electrocutes any zombie that comes near it. It's pretty bad if you ask me. You also have the G-strikes, which are really cool. I'm not gonna lie, it's like this air, it's like a cyber monkey except on fucking steroids. Okay, you throw it on the floor, every zombie just comes at it, and then an airstrike just lands on it. You know, with the cyber monkey, yeah, it's a distractor and it just gives a little boom. This is like an explosion, like a fucking airstrike. It's actually just some weird shit out of a war, you know, it takes place in a battlefield, so it makes sense. Yeah, the Panzer, which, you know, is for the fire stuff, you know, the Panzer with this fucking claw and whatever. It's really cool, and the boom hilt is also really good because it can also do some really good damage against the Panzer as well. Like, you just have these solid characters, solid one weapon, solid story. It's actually like near the best map in the game in BO3, honestly. You know, the BO2 is way better than this, but this is still good. It's still a good map, honestly. I'm going to be honest with you, alright? I know I'm saying honest a lot, and I'm sorry about that, but like I said, I'm not joking. I'm being completely honest. Max is drone as well, you know, so whatever, but yeah. This is Origins, and I love it. It's honestly just nothing but greatness. Next, we have Nocturne Totem, which is first map, but you know, this is technically not the first map if we're talking about Chronicles. So here's the thing about Nocturne Totem. So Nocturne Totem is a map on Chronicles, and basically it is probably the simplest map I've ever seen. Well, I mean, yeah, it was the first map, and it's a remaster of it, so it makes sense. So here's what you have in the BO3 version. You have 3 doors. So one's at the stairs in the spawn, the other is at the help door, and the other one is another stair door, or, you know, barrier upstairs near the box. So you have those 3 areas. And then there's a Wonderfizz and Meal Kick, as Meal Kick was in the BO1 version, but Wonderfizz is now something new in the BO3 version. So you have a couple stuff, but it's not as much as the maps you would see in BO3. Now, this isn't, I wouldn't say a hard map, but a very long map, as in trying to get to a round. So if you wanted to get, say, around 100 on this map, it would take you about 15 hours, which is a long time, as, you know, you should probably get to around 100 on BO3 maps in like 6 hours or 7 hours, maybe 8 hours if you're unlucky, but mainly that area. But 15 hours is the fastest strategy to get to 100, and 255 is way different than 100. It's like a million compared to a billion. Okay, a billion is way bigger than a million. But if you're talking about 100 compared to 255, they are extremely different. As 100 only takes you about 15 hours, and 255 takes you nearly 2 weeks of playing BO3 straight. 2 weeks of playing BO3, that's actually, like, without pausing the game, okay? Now, one person managed to do this, only one from what I know of, and I honestly just, it's actually mind-boggling how you just sit there and play nothing but COD. Obviously, you know, there's probably breaks in there because you can't actually play BO3 for 2 weeks straight. That would be extremely unhealthy. You'd probably have a lot of issues with your body, but it's actually, it's not hard. It's extremely long. Okay, all you have to do is really just train and then trade the thunder gun, because if you're using classics, then yeah, you have to, well, I mean, either way, you still have to trade the thunder gun, really. So, yeah, sometimes people do trade the thunder gun in, you know, because the thunder gun isn't gonna give you drops. Like, it doesn't give you drops in, I believe, BO1, but in BO3 it does. But, like, but there could only be a total of 5 power-ups, I believe, per round. So imagine, okay, some rounds during the 200s of knock take an hour, maybe even 2 hours, I think, I don't know, somewhere in that area. That means you would get a power-up like every 20 minutes or something like that. You're going to waste ammo at some point. If it lasted in hours, you're gonna have to you're gonna have to trade out the thunder gun and then try and get it back in the box. So it's really weird. But anyway, enough of that rant about high rounds. What else is there offered into this map? There's not much, but I love how it's a simple map. I just love it. Like, if you wanted to really play with your friends on this map, it's really fun, actually. You know, you can camp up on the, you know, the fucking place up the stairs at the spawn, and it's just a lot of fun. So yeah, but it's not like the most fun you can have, though, cause I know I said it was a lot of fun, but like it's really just a map to just fuck around with on your friends, cause there's not very much to do in this map, and that's a big problem. Now, yeah, that's really it, but you know, Noct is a simple map and I respect it, so that's Noct, and it comes in at B tier. Next is the Giant, which is pretty much a remaster of Duri's from World at War. So for the people who are apparently delusional, if you don't know what the Giant is, like I said before, it is a master of Duri's, a map on the Call of Duty game World at War, but this has a couple of changes. Obviously, Gobblegums, there's the new characters, so the premise characters instead of the ultimates. Now the perk spots are randomized, which I actually kind of hate, but I mean, it's whatever. And now there's like these Easter eggs. There's actually a bunch of these Easter eggs. You have the Gateworm Easter egg, you have pretty much, which gives you the Annihilator, you have the Monkey Easter egg where it suffers and burns in the fire.
The monkey does not negotiate.
You have the other Easter egg, which you can either get stamina up or dead shot. There's a bunch of these Easter eggs. I actually really enjoy it because it's a mini-map, so it's canon, but like it's canon to the storyline, but it doesn't actually like count as a DLC. It is just a bonus map. So yeah, that's kind of a, you know, a letdown, but you know, it's whatever. There's still a lot to offer in this map. So people who haven't played Duri's, there's the Pack-a-Punch. So, you know, you can actually pack-a-punch your guns, and it's a really small map and simple map, which I really like about this, because you're gonna hear this a bit in the tier list. It's like, I really enjoy simple maps, but there's a problem. Sometimes you don't get freedom, like, not, you know, like you didn't really get much freedom because you only had really the box, which is kind of why I ranked it below the Giant. But the Giant is like the perfect version, okay? You have the Pack-a-Punch, you have perks, you have the Gobblegum. It's like you have everything you could really need in a simple map. It's a small, simple map. It's a lot of fun. I really do enjoy this map, you know, and yeah, that's like what I like. And then they added these little Easter eggs to the map, which I really enjoy. You know, you can actually get like stamina for Deadshot all the time. It's always Deadshot. I don't know why, but you know, it's nice, and that's what I really enjoy about this map. But it can't go any higher than this because you know it's a small map. You know, but like it's physically impossible for this to be A tier. But it's nice. It's a nice map. But there are obviously more maps that are big, yet a lot to pack with, and we are heading into that right now. Next map on B tier is Gorod Krovi. So this is a map that takes place in Stalingrad after, you know, during like the war and stuff like that. Anyway, we come to rescue Nikolai, the original one, and this map is anything but bad. This is actually like under the best map, which you will see if you haven't noticed. This is nearly the best map, honestly. Like, it's almost perfect. But there's a couple of things that I, you know, don't like about it. Let's start with the things that I don't like about it. So I'm gonna be honest. Okay, so the bomb step, but on co-op. If you're playing on solo, then it makes a lot more sense. You get 1 minute on co-op to do the bomb step. Now, if you don't know what the bomb step is, there's a couple of bombs around the map for the Easter egg, and you have to defuse all of them under 1 minute. Editor basic here, apparently it's not 1 minute, it's 2 minutes, but I mean, it's whatever, it's still like the same pace, right? Because all of the reasons still, you know, apply. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm still gonna keep this going, alright? Whatever, anyway, it's 2 minutes, not 1 minute. If you're on co-op, now if you're doing this on solo, I believe you get 3 minutes, but you know, it's whatever. So on co-op, you get 1 minute to do this. It's extremely difficult if you're working with a public match, or you're dealing with people who don't know where the bombs are, or you know, they're just losing the map because they use the word bomb. I am being completely honest, I am not referring to the 9/11 terrorists. Okay, so this is a tough step if you're doing on co-op. If you're doing on solo, you only get 3 minutes. So you can just pause your game, keep on pausing your game, and trying to find out where the bombs are, because you can just pause it. But on co-op, you can't pause the game unless you're on Cold War, but you're not. So you can't pause the game on co-op and you have a minute. So you have to defuse all of these bombs, or tell your teammates to defuse this bomb, that bomb, and if you try and defuse the wrong bomb, all the bombs go off, and then you die and lose all your perks, or maybe you could all die and you have to do your run all over again. And it sucks. Other aspects that I hate about the map is not easy, but it's not hard. It's kind of like in the middle, which is kind of just boring, kind of. And when I mean boring, I mean actually just, you know, not a very good difficulty. Do you want to make it really hard? That's a really good challenge, which is interesting. But if you want to make it really easy, then that's stupid. And what would you, anyway, like, after around 50 with the Mark 3s, they're not going to do you any good, really, aside from that slowness effect, which will buy you enough time to get the shield if you're in the bunker. Anyways, other things that I like about this, I think the Easter egg is by far the best Easter egg I've ever played, probably in all of Call of Duty. And it's definitely not because of the boss fight that carries the entire Easter egg. It is definitely because of the boss fight that carries the entire Easter egg. So there's other things I like about the Easter egg. There's also, you know, the bomb stuff. No, I don't like it, but anyway. Yeah, but it's only just the boss fight, really. You know, like, I really like the boss fight because, like, you're fighting both a dragon and a robot. Like, what else is there to say? It's one of the most badass boss fights I've ever seen in my life. That's, you know, why it's at B tier. There's also the other things that keep it's like at the edge of B tier, okay? It's like at the fucking edge. And I want to put it in A tier, but it just doesn't belong there, and it belongs at the very edge of B tier. You know what that means? We're going to A tier.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Next we have Castle Map, aka Der Eisendrache, aka the best map if you've done the math and concluded that this is the last map and this is the best map. I was gonna put some maps in S tier, but I don't think that any map is really S tier, really. I don't think it blown me away at the not time of release. See, if you were at the time of release, then yeah, it would have blown me away, like Revelations or something like that. But then now I've come to conclusions, and I've actually had my own decisions on the map and say, hey, that's a very easy map like Revelations. But anyway, this is Eisendrache we're talking about. So, Eisendrache is easily the best map ever. Okay? And I have a couple of reasons. Number one, the bows. Yes, I get it. Okay, you put Revelations because it's super easy. You have 2 wonder weapons that are the best. And you have 4 wonder weapons. No, I guess the ray gun, so 5. So you have 4. 5, whatever. What makes it so good? Well, yes, the bows. But it's not like easy as in like it's boring like Revelations. Because you can easily get to around 100. But my Eisen, it's a little harder to get to 100, but it's not like extremely hard. Because you have the Panzer. That makes things harder. It gives you a challenge. Because if there was no Panzer, then what the fuck is the point? It'd literally just be like Revelations. But anyway, there's a lot of things in this map. The Easter egg is easy. The Easter egg song is good. The Pack-a-Punch camo, I actually really like it. I even have it on my Chronicles thingies. The Chronicles camo, I believe it's the same camo what you get for Eisendrache Pack-a-Punch camo. The bows are great. You have the Flying Bow, that's great. The Wolf Bow, that's great. The Void Bow. The Fire Bow. You have all of these great bows, I guess. And they're great. I will admit though, the fire bow is a little hard to make, and when I mean hard to make, I mean it literally took me like 4 tries just to get the fucking first step, and then like everything else, you know, like the launch, where you like, you know, throw the arrows on the fucking circles, you know, that didn't take me as long. I mean, it's whatever. I mean, they do infinite damage, and it literally pissed me off when, you know, the Smith plays said that the staffs were better than the bows.
Doesn't give you anything other than a whole bunch of information thrown at you. You clicked on this video because you wanted to know what are better, the staffs or the bows. So I'm just gonna say it. It's the staffs.
Even though they literally do infinite damage technically. Yeah, but this map is just, like, by all means, just so good. I honestly have no words for this map. It introduced the first boss fight. Yeah, shout out to God, that was not a boss fight. EE had a proper boss fight. I don't care if Shadows of Evil was a boss fight. That's not a fucking boss fight. No. You don't, like, oh yeah, you shoot at the Shadow Man like a billion times, and then you finally get him behind the fucking thing, and yeah, you beat the boss fight. That's not even the ending. And then, yeah, the one for DE isn't also the ending either, but fuck you, whatever. This is a great map. This is honestly the best map ever, and I would really like to see someone to change my mind. Okay, this is the best map. Wow, this was a huge video, guys, and I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, and please, just fucking like. It's not that hard. Just scroll down, just press. I'm not forcing you, but please, a like will be greatly appreciated. This took me about 2 weeks. Took me about a week to make in total. I would love if you could just please drop a like, consider subscribing. I really would appreciate it. This is the biggest project I've ever made. This took a week to make, and I seriously hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's crappy editing, as this was rushed, the last half of it, because I did all these maps in order except for Shangri-La, because Shangri-La was right next to Origins, so it was right before Origins, then I edited it. You can do the math, what was next and what was before, but anyway, that's it. I'm done with this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.